Alert forecast with meteorologist Joseph Eng.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Taking a look at your forecast on this Thursday, I'm seeing partly cloudy skies that have cleared up a little bit outside the DeRidder Skycam, letting some sunshine down through to the surface. Current temperature is still pretty warm to start the day, 78 degrees. Most of us in the middle to upper 70s range and into the low 80s for some areas along I-10, even with a few sprinkles popping up this morning. That's certainly keeping it feeling damp across the area, combined with last night's showers, and dew points are back in an oppressive range for the day and will likely stay there for the next several as well, even if they do reduce slightly by the weekend. Here's a look at radar this morning too. Thunderstorms pushing further off the Cameron coast, but starting to see more scattered activity popping up locally, mostly just north of I-10 at the moment, but will be possible area-wide as temperatures heat up here. In general, I'd keep some rain gear handy with you out the door, because throughout the day you could see showers and thunderstorms popping up at almost any time. Now that high pressure is far enough away to really let us get some results out of the high temperatures and high levels of moisture in our air. The breeze too has shifted quite a bit, more out of the west to northwest at the surface, and a few gusts around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That will likely help bring in a small disturbance a little bit later in the day, and you might see some larger gusts where any thunderstorms or downpours do manage to form. And all this activity in general will have a similar effect as yesterday in helping to keep temperatures just a little bit cooler for the day. Highs are expected to land in the upper 80s to low 90s range, and maybe even the mid 90s for a few spots that don't really get any showers or even manage to get a bit of sunshine like DeRidder is getting at the moment. Now, here's a look at that on Futurecast in general. A few more scattered showers this morning, and that potential sticks around through lunchtime as that weak disturbance moves through the area. Your best shot at seeing thunderstorms is once again going to be during the afternoon with the heat of the day here, and that will certainly cool things down where you do get them. And just like yesterday evening, that might result in a couple of stronger summertime thunderstorms, so keep an eye on your radar if you're going to be outside. But just remember that away from those showers, it is still going to be a hot one with heat indices easily above triple digits, so make sure you're still drinking plenty of water. Otherwise, the rest of the week, we'll be seeing those rain chances calm down a bit as high pressure starts moving back towards us by Friday and ends up nearly overhead again by Saturday. That'll have those rain chances almost completely gone, but with how hot and humid it is, they won't be entirely out of the picture, and you'll still see a couple pop-up sprinkles. Now, as for the tropics, we're keeping an eye on a couple things here. Namely, we're watching that tropical wave in the Atlantic basin, which is showing some surprising room for potential development now. Even with Saharan dust trying to keep it suppressed, it looks like it's going to, you see some growth in spite of that. We will likely have a tropical system out of this one by the weekend and maybe into the start of next week. In general, though, the next name on the list is Beryl if it does manage to form, and while that is still several thousand miles away, we will be keeping an eye on any potential paths that models produce. As far as the other tropical wave in the Caribbean, that looks like it is still going to be staying out of our hair with high pressure above us locally, and either way, neither of these are going to be an issue in southwest Louisiana over the next week. Now, as for the Saharan dust, even though it's not going to suppress that system by much, we might still see some working its way towards us, but if we see any of it at all, it's likely going to be sometime towards the middle of next week. In the meantime, your temperatures a little cooler for today, closer to average, but as those rain chances fall into the weekend, they will be rising again, and that likely means we'll probably see a few heat advisories back around by Saturday, so we're not expecting an influx of dry air, and the humid conditions will stay even if the rain chances go down.